I've got a greater pet. I've got a greater pet. I've got a greater pet. G'day people, I'm Monster Dad and welcome back to Season 2, Episode 2 of our Conan adventure with Christian Mondragon here. So I'm a bit excited, as you can see. So at the end of Episode 1, before the first nightfall, managed to get a taming pen, which I'm still surprised at. I'm still surprised at how quickly this can be done with so few resources, really. So I did a bit of research into pets. I put shellbacks in because there were no hyenas around here, and pretty much shellbacks are the only other option I can put in there apart from sort of antelopes or something, which quite frankly are next to useless. I did have to get up to level 17 because I needed to craft, or needed to get the fishery ability. Which one is that? Fisher. So I could craft shellfish traps, because to get a greater shellback, you increase the chances if you feed them exotic shellfish. Now, to get exotic shellfish, what have I got? Yeah, I had to go around and grab a load of fat grubs, which you can find all around this area in the grassy areas. And then, if you put those as bait in here, the shellfish trap, you'll get exotic shellfish. That's what they will attract. I'm going to grab those out of here now anyway. I did have to get quite a lot of them because they ate them quite... When there's 5 things in here, they eat them quite quickly. One thing I've noticed is when I put the pets in there, when they first evolved into adults, they appeared, you know, like sleeping animation in the pens. When I logged out and logged back in again, the animations disappeared. So the animation happens if you're logged in and they get to the adult stage, but as soon as you log out and back in again, the animation goes. It's a bit of a shame. It's a bit of a bug, I think. I'm disappointed. They poo a lot. Oh, I keep pressing F instead of E and taking and getting a fistful of poo when I'm just trying to open it. So I'm not going to put this shellfish in here. In fact, from the research I've done now, I don't even need to feed these guys in here. When they're in the pen, they're fine. There's no degradation, they just stay there. But if you feed them while they're in the pen, they will produce a resource depending on what type of creature they are. In this case, they produce poo, and a lot of it, I have to say. Yeah, once I take them out and place them into the world, I need to be able to feed them. So I'm going to take... I don't need any more poo, so I'm going to take that lot out of there. In fact, let's make it around 200, because I'm going to grab my shellback, greater shellback, out of here. So yeah, so basically by feeding the shellfish, the exotic shellfish, I had a 10% chance of gaining a greater shellback. So I stuck 5 shellback babies in there and put as much exotic shellfish as I could find in there, and you know, I had a 50-50 chance of getting one, because 10% is a 1 in 10 chance. I've got 5, so you know, do the math. I had a 50% chance of one of the, or 50% chance. No, I had a, what am I talking about? I had a 0.5% chance. Idiot. With Monster Dad, you do the maths. I had basically had a 5% chance of getting a greater shellback by only having 5 in here. Does that make sense? Forget it. I'm going to forget the maths. Anyway, I got one, which is brilliant. So the other 4 can just stay in there. You can only get 1 pet or 1 thrall follow you at any one time. So I'm chuffed to bits that it's a greater pet. I really am. I'm very surprised. So I've got a feed box and I've popped that here. Now, from what I can see on the wiki, and it's in the fine print, I've got to say, the feed box has a 50-meter radius, and that is it. So I'm going to grab this greater shellback out of here now. So I guess what I do is just put them there. They weigh the same as a baby. That's interesting. So if I go like that and pop this bad boy down, Boom. We gain a level. And we have a pet. Oh, recruit a unique thrall. We get that as journey step for that one. Where does that appear on the journey steps then? Yeah, I'd have thought it would have been way down here somewhere. Yeah, chapter 7. So we're way ahead of the gain on that one. We must have got a lot of experience for that one. So what is our experience level now? 19. I think I was at 17, so I think we went up quite a bit for that. But yeah, there he is. So if I press E, does he go? I don't think you can put them back. Oh, 8,200 hit points. That is nice. I think ordinary shellbacks have about 250 hit points. So he's got some in his inventory. So he must have taken those from the feed box. What did I put in the feed box? Was it 18? I can't remember now. Now as far as I could tell, yeah, here we are. So feeding from this box is a Greater Shaleback, and I think if we go out of range that would disappear. So this will list everything it's feeding from this feed box. So we probably want to take at least some of this with us. We'll put it into his inventory so he's got food, and then we can always gather fibre because he'll eat plant fibre as well. He's big, isn't he? Oh yeah. So I don't know how you control them. Do they automatically follow you? Let's run over here and find out. No. Do you know what? I haven't controlled a thrall before. I imagine it's exactly the same mechanics as controlling the thrall. So if we press E... Oh yeah, so there's a diet. Oh, there's all sorts of things we can give them then. Oh, I've got some unappetizing felt shellfish and save yourself. I might as well grab all that because I'm not going to eat that. The stuff I've got's cooked. Plant fibre. So, I'm going to have to look... I should have looked up how to control these guys, shouldn't I? Yeah. In the meantime, I'm just going to run over to these traps and grab all this. So, oh, look at that, 6 of them already. So I'm going to grab all of this because this guy will eat all of these. I don't want to fill up his inventory too much because part of the reason we've got this guy is so that he can carry stuff for us. That's why. So I don't want to fill up the inventory too much. I've got no idea how quickly it'll go through. Will this food spoil before it goes off, I wonder? Oh, before it gets eaten. I don't know. So food time left, 9 days, 14 hours. But then he is within range of this feed box as well. So he's very noisy. But that is a nice beast to have with us on our travels. Really nice. Oh, is it getting dark? It is getting dark. Well, that was bad time. I should have waited till morning, shouldn't I? The other thing I've done is I figured, well, since we've got this little setup here, I crafted the armourer's bench. I thought we might as well get kitted out in some armour first. But what I have done is I've downloaded the Aquilonian DLC. Now, I wasn't going to play with the DLC, but I really like the look of the Aquilonian one. I like the look of the why did I press that? I wanted to press that. I like the look of the buildings for them as well. So have a look at the Aquilonian workbench. Yeah, some great furniture and lamps. What about the actual construction? Does it list it on that one? No. Where does it list it? Am I going completely blind and stupid? That's a furniture maker. Can I just see it in my inventory here? No. No. Where? Aquilonian Mason. There we go. That's the one we need. Oh, I need level 30 to build that stuff. I should check that first, shouldn't I? Never mind, we'll get to level 30 quickly enough, and then we'll do. Let's see, there's some really nice building blocks with this one. I really like the look of it. Master Mason. So that's the reinforced, isn't it? So that's the top, that's the tier 3 building, isn't it? No, that's another DLC. So we've got Apprentice, Journeyman, which means the stone brick. And then the Master Mason at level 30. That's the stuff you need the steel and stuff to build. So I imagine we're going to need... yeah, steel for those. So they're tier 3 buildings. Oh, fiddlesticks. Okay, well, never mind. It's a goal. We have now a clear goal to get to. And is there anything else I need to unlock? I was thinking about unlocking the blacksmith and just making a bit of iron stuff and some iron tools and weapons, but the problem is I don't know this area very well, and I don't think there's any iron or coal anywhere close by to this one. I think there may be up around here somewhere, but I had a quick look to about there, couldn't find any, gave up. So yeah, it would have been nice to get kitted out in our armour, which I'm going to do now. I had actually made the light armour first, then decided to download the Aquilonian. So let's get ourselves kitted out in this stuff, and we should get a journey step for that as well. So here goes. Oh yeah, now we look the part. I should just drop this stuff and trash it. We don't need fibre clothes now. So it's exactly the same stats as the light armour. I think it just looks heaps better if you could see anything. Okay, well I'm going to cut there and wait until daytime, and I think what we'll do is test out this armour on those candidates over there. So I'll see you in a short while. Bye bye. Okay, welcome back. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so I had a quick look up how to control these as well. So we just press E, hold E, a radial menu will come up. Move and guard. Let's have follow. And let's pay these guys over here a visit, shall we? I could probably do with repairing my knives. I haven't tested other weapons as yet at the moment. I'm going to have to do that. So I don't want to just stick with knives, because that's what I usually have, knives. But let's christen our armour and our Shellback. Oh, don't go over there, guys. Come over here. Are they attacking Shellback? Oh well, good enough test as any, I guess. Okay. Yeah, there he goes. Oh yeah. Are you going to attack your own kind? Not until I've attacked them. Okay. I see. Let's make them bleed. Where did he go? Oh, he's there. He's sort of teleported to us. Now, did he take any damage? None whatsoever. I think that's because they were focused on me and he was just hitting them from behind, but that was nice. Oh yeah. I feel invulnerable. Oops. I don't know why I'm chopping these guys up. I don't think there's actually anything I need from them. I certainly don't want the human flesh or the bones at the moment. Oh, we got a shellback head. Didn't we get a shellback head before? I'll leave that in the chest over there. But yeah, that is handy. That is handy. I do wish we had some iron weapons to go with this, but yeah. But since we look like kind of like a Greek soldier, like a Greek hoplite, I think we definitely need to be using a spear of some kind, because that's the kind of traditional weapon the hoplites would use. So, I mean, can I even craft even a stone spear? Yeah, because I was using the stone spear initially, wasn't I? I'm thinking of what maybe. I don't want to use the pike because I used to always use the pike. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. But in the next episode, we're going to be heading out from here on a journey. So what I'm going to do. The food lasts longer in the feed box. So whilst we're in the vicinity of the feed box, I'm going to pop all the food in there. And then when we head out, I'll empty it into Big Boy's inventory here. Oh, I managed to nab a bow off somebody as well. It's not in very good condition though. We're nearly full. I mean, considering all we did was a basic camp here, I think pretty well set up for our travels in beginning of episode 2, or end of episode 2 will be. So beginning of episode 3, my intention is to head out, and I think what I'm going to do first is head towards Sep City. Because I want to start discovering things and gaining some levels before decide on a place to make a permanent base. So I'm not going to head off into this region as yet. I'm going to save that, but what I'd like to do is kind of do a circuit up here, Sep City, and then across this kind of direction, because there's a lot to discover here that I didn't discover in the last season. Through the savannah, there's a few caves and things to discover around this way, and then decide where camp will be. It's always tempting, this area here, because it's such easy access to thrall camps, to iron deposits and to coal deposits, and of course you're right next to the river as well, which is nice. But I'm wondering whether I should head onto one of these islands and head towards the jungle a little bit. I might have to investigate where some decent iron and coal deposits are, because without the iron and coal deposits nearby, it does become a real task, because having to travel a long way just to gather iron, and considering you can't usually carry a whole heap of it. Mind you, this guy can double up and carry a load. How many inventory slots has he got? 10. Oh, he must have taken those out of the feed box. Okay. Greedy. Can we name him? Oh yeah! Right. Need a name. We need a name for this bad boy. Any suggestions would be most welcome. He is one ugly mofo, that's for sure. Could call him Fugly, but probably not. I'm assuming it's a he, I mean, yeah. Names. Need to think of a name. Beginning of episode 3, we'll christen this guy, give him a name, and then we'll head out on our adventures. With our stone weapons, but we're kitted out with armor. That's the important thing. But I'm just, you can probably tell I'm really enthused about the progress made in just 2 episodes really. Having that at the beginning of day 1, and I spent a couple of nights around here just gathering some resources and gathering enough leather to make the armor, especially since I ended up making 2 sets of armor because I changed my mind after I made the light armor, and then waiting for these guys to grow into adults. Yeah, I think that's remarkable progress. It probably isn't remarkable. It's probably everybody probably does it. It's just good for me because I'm usually walking around in rags and stone tools for, you know, hours and hours of the first gameplay. But you know, okay, all right. Well, I'm going to call it an episode there. I know it didn't do much in this episode, but beginning of episode 3, I didn't want to head out on an adventure in this episode because there was a few loose ends I just wanted to tie up, bring this guy in. Test him out, which we've done, and yeah, he worked remarkably well. But beginning of the next episode, we are going to go on some adventures, and I'm really looking forward to it. So until then, please press that like button, please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you if you have. I'm Monster Dad, and I'll see you in episode 3 of Conan Exiles Season 2. Later!